Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So good morning. Welcome to another market open stream. Unfortunately, I have some bad news to report. Currently, a bank run is happening on FTX. Its reserves, specifically Ethereum, is being drained off by the hundreds of millions right now. And there are rumors that FTX is selling off Solana to kind of prop up its reserves. So what is going on exactly? And is this having an effect on the overall market? Is this the reason why Bitcoin and crypto came down a little bit? Possibly. Let's talk about it. So good morning, guys. Welcome. Whew. Got a lot to discuss. Yesterday, you guys know I did a whole dedicated video about how FTX may be insolvent. Okay, I say maybe, not that it is, because I hate to spread more FUD right now, causing even a bigger bank run to happen. But I do want to give you guys all the facts. You guys make your own decision. But ever since that Alameda balance sheet came out, showing that they hold $8 billion worth of FTT, and that was a vast majority of their holdings, this got a lot of people scared, because if FTT is really not backed by anything, it's just created by FTX, what if the value disappears? What happens to Alameda, and what happens to all the projects they have invested in, right? That's the question people are asking. And by the way, that's the market bell. So I did a whole video about this yesterday. A lot of you guys did see it, right? And it was just really concerning. And of course, CZ came out and said, well, yeah, that's very concerning. And then he decided to announce that he was selling off all of his FTT tokens, approximately at that time, $566 million worth. CZ came out, publicly said, enough is enough. We don't want another Luna situation. We are going to be safe, and we are selling off, right? So that's what happened. Since then, over the weekend, FTX users are now seeing that withdrawals are taking a very long time, anywhere from 3 to 5 hours. Before, very quick, 10, 15 minutes. But now, starting to see very, very long time indeed, right? So long, in fact, that Alameda had to, or FTX had to come out with a tweet telling people, don't worry about it, okay? Our matching engines are all running smoothly. BTC withdrawals, the node throughput is limited because there's so many people withdrawing right now, right? They had to do something. And stable coins also, because banks are closed, redemptions are slower, right? So basically, FTX had to publicly post that, yeah, we recognize BTC withdrawals are slow due to some node limitation, and stable coins are still processing because it was the weekend. So we can't do anything about that. But regardless, it's still happening. Massive amounts of it. We're seeing stable coins flow out. We're seeing Ethereum flow out. We're seeing Bitcoin flow out. We're seeing everything that's indicative of a bank run. That's exactly what's happening right now. I'll show you that in a little bit. But I did want to also say that CZ also responded further, saying liquidating our FTTs post-exit risk management, learning from Luna. We gave support before, but we won't pretend to make love after divorce. We are not against anyone. We won't support people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs. Onward. Interesting. This is personal now for CZ. So I guess he's not a fan of the fact that Sam Bankman-Fried has been talking with regulators, trying to get them away from DeFi, and possibly even saying bad things about Binance. Could be. because this sounds personal. This doesn't sound like it's just a generic statement. It sounds personal. And of course, someone followed up with this tweet of this. You look at top federal level mega donors, including the likes of George Soros, who was also George, Ken Griffin, and then a lot of these other guys, Peter Thiel, Larry Ellison, right? Sam Bankman-Fried is at number 4 for his political donation. So he's definitely lobbying, that's for sure. $40 million worth of contributions, okay? Obviously, $200,000 for Republicans, $37.7 million for Democrats, $2 million for nonpartisan, bipartisan. So you could see where that money's really going to, right? So, yeah. So he's definitely making moves for sure. And CZ is no fan of it at all, right? Now, as for the reserves, a lot of people start looking at it, paying close attention to FTX, looking at what's been happening, right? And the reserves are collapsing. So Look On Chain made this note that FTX hot wallet, and he decided to post the address, so thank you to him, has decreased from 2.4 billion down to 1.8 billion. But I'm going to make a case that it's even worse. You know why? Well, let's take a look. So this is the total amount of that hot address, okay? I'm going to refresh it here. 1.95 billion, which seems pretty healthy, right? It seems pretty healthy. Until you take into account that FTT token is taking up 1.1 billion of that. So honestly, they have a lot less in their hot wallet than it seems. And they have all these, like, you know, the leverage tokens, like 3x Algorand token. Somehow they have 66 million worth, and here's a 3x Bitcoin token, right? So if you took out all those synthetic tokens, it's even less. Those synthetic tokens take up hundreds of millions also. Okay, and here's the thing. Out of everything I just showed you, it's about like 600 million, which doesn't sound too bad. But on a large scale exchange like Bitcoin, I mean like FTX, you figure it should be a lot more than that. But here's the thing. What's really concerning is their ETH balance. Their ETH balance is only down to 9,093, which only equates to about 14 million in USD. So they only have about $14 million worth of Ethereum in their hot wallet. That is being drained very, very quickly. Now, there may be more reserves in cold wallets, okay? Maybe FTX does have a ton of cold wallets. We don't know. This is just a hot wallet. This is like basically what everyone is trading and depositing and withdrawing from. And they could open more. But if they don't have any hot wallets, and this is the remaining amount of ETH on all of FTX, well, that's not a lot at all. That could drain away really, really quickly. With bank runs, when everyone is panicking, things move very fast indeed, right? So that is very concerning. Their overall balance on their hot wallets is concerning. This bank run is happening, and I think a lot of you guys paid attention. Yesterday, you may have noticed that despite all this FTT FUD, you know who's dropping more? Solana. Solana actually dropped more than FTT. I have a couple theories about that. Number one is, well, it's been proven that 75% of FTT is owned by FTX. So there's not a lot of people that's holding FTT, so there's not a lot of people selling. But even today, they're down about 8%. But yesterday, Solana, and today you could see is down more, 12%. What does that have to do with Solana? Why is Solana going down, right? You may be wondering. It should be all FTT. It should not have anything to do with Solana. Here's the thing, and I'm trying to get confirmation, but there are people that are already digging into this. We know that Sam Bankman-Fried and Alameda and FTX are basically huge investors in Solana. If you look up the history, Solana was really saved by Sam Bankman-Fried because it was going to collapse. and he probably is the largest investor out there. Who knows how many Solana tokens he has? Most of it's probably locked up, but people are noticing that SOL is being sold, and quite possibly to replenish the ETH reserves and other reserves that's being depleted right now in FTX. Now this I cannot confirm yet. I was trying to before the stream. I ran out of time and we'll do more research into it, but it kind of makes sense if you think about it. So this is the reason why Solana is so weak, because of this tie with SBF and with FTX and with Alameda Research. It's all linked up together. And yeah, finally, you know, SBF is probably feeling the heat. He's probably trying to do what he can to save the situation. So he just tweeted this out this morning, a few hours ago. A competitor is trying to go after us with false rumors. FTX is fine. Assets are fine. Details: FTX has enough to cover all client holdings. We don't invest client assets, even in treasuries. So that's good. If these are true, this is very good. That means whatever you deposited, they don't invest that. They don't loan it out. They don't do anything. We have been processing all withdrawals and will continue to be. Some details on withdrawal speed. I've already showed you guys that. It's heavily regulated. Even when it slows down, we have gap audits with $1+ billion excess cash. We have a long history of safeguarding our client assets that remain true today. I love it if CZ, if we could work together for the ecosystem. I mean, if he's already calling out CZ, why does he has to like dance around competitors trying to go after us? You could just say Binance, right? Like at this point, you know, you're not fooling anyone. Everyone knows is Binance. So he's pleading to CZ like, hey, don't do this to us. Let's work together for the ecosystem. But like I showed you guys, CZ is upset. I mean, this is upset. He's hurt. So SBF must have twisted a knife somewhere in CZ's back. So I don't think CZ is going to do anything unless CZ recognizes that this whole FTX thing is bringing down the entire market in a very negative way, and that maybe he'll like do a 180. But it's obvious that something happened that really hurt CZ. So he's like, enough is enough, and we'll see what happens. All right. So I'm warning you guys, giving you guys this warning. Right now it's not looking good. It's better to be safe than sorry. I'm just gonna say that after everything we have seen this year, everything that has collapsed. With Luna, with Three Arrows Capital, with Celsius, with Voyager, with BlockFi, Volt, every single project, you name it, okay? It's better to be safe than sorry right now. So just be careful with your own funds. If you're trying to withdraw, you have massive amount of delay. You know, hang in there. Hopefully you could get your money out. But right now, this is the situation. And I'm hoping that FTX and Alameda FBF come out of this, okay? I don't want to see a collapse because a collapse is not what we need right now while we're in recovery. And I do believe that Bitcoin got pulled down, the entire industry got pulled down a little bit because of this scare. Because a lot of people are looking at what happened back in May when all the other companies went under and what effect that had. So we're not looking forward to this, okay? So I'm hoping they do pull through, but we will see. We will see. You know, there's a new thing now. A lot of people now just turn off the reply bubble. You know, so usually when that happens, it's not good because you can't take the heat. But I understand right now because Twitter is very toxic, so could be that. In addition, I don't want to throw only shade on Solana, so I do have some good news about Solana. I don't think it's fair to just put this whole thing on Solana and tie them in with FTX and whatever, but I know a lot of you guys are Solana bag holders. There are a lot of things that's still happening. There is a project that's going to bring EVM support to Solana in early December, so that's only a month away. That could be a big thing. USDC is still adding support within Solana. They're going to actually support some new stablecoin called Eurocoin in 2023. And NFTs are still rocking. And in fact, Beeple announces some new collaboration with Solana. So who knows what's going to come out of here, right? So, I mean, there's still stuff going on with Solana. We know that they have network outage issues left and right, and hopefully they can get through that. And there's still developments happening, but they are definitely tied very closely with FTX right now. All right. Now, I didn't even talk about the market or Bitcoin. So you could see today the U.S. market is in green. Unfortunately, because of Bitcoin decoupling, Bitcoin's not seeing an effect, and it could be because of all this FTX FUD and all this fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Now, I have to clear myself because some trolls out there will say FTX FUD, so you're saying this is all false? That's not what FUD means. FUD means fear, uncertainty, and doubt, okay? There's a lot of people in this space that don't even know what FUD means anymore. So when I say there's FTX FUD, that means there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt about FTX. Not that whatever is said is false, okay? I'm clarifying. But I do think it's having an effect on the market, or it needs to take a break, one or two or both together. As for Bitcoin, I mentioned about the decoupling. Michael Saylor is still talking about how Bitcoin is less volatile than the S&P 500 NASDAQ right now. And that's good. Why is it good? Because all the retail investors left, basically, and you're left with long-term holders and miners and even institutions that are all jumping in right now, right? You combine all that. This is the reason why Bitcoin's so stable. And it's looking like it wants to make a move, but we may have a hiccup or a bump in the road because of what I just said, right? But, all the charts, the on-chain metrics show that Bitcoin is still doing fine. Here's one that's showing that Bitcoin is following the Adam and Eve pattern. Now, that's interesting. I never heard of that pattern, but I guess that exists. Also, you have, of course, people are looking at oversold levels, right? Whenever MACD is flipping, and when you have Bitcoin depressed for a very long time, that usually indicates good things are coming, right? And overall market cap did go down slightly. We were at 1.06 trillion yesterday, a little bit under 1.03. So still holding above 1 trillion is very positive. Let's see if we get past this. Maybe the U.S. market rallies and we get some more traders getting into crypto today, but this is not looking good. NASDAQ is in the red already. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right, I'm scrolling up here. Today's a hot live chat day. Almost 5,000 people. Smash up the likes, guys. Let's see here. Self-custody. Nightly says self-custody before it's too late. I don't think that's bad advice. I think that's good advice. Right now, it's better to be safe than sorry, right? We have seen too many collapses so far this year. So be careful with your funds. Omar's asking, you can't short on Coinbase, can you? No, I don't think Coinbase allows that. Corey's asking, are you keeping your SOL? Should you be worried about it? You know, I'm still holding on my SOL bag. I have not touched that. So, you know, I hate to just put, you know, just group Solana with FTX, but there's so much connection there with SBF. But I'm just go hold on my Solana and see what happens. Maybe this will all, you know, blow over. Maybe FTX survives and nothing happens. Maybe he does have all that money that he claims he has. SBF made a comment about CZ not being able to come to New York. Maybe that's why. I mean, I don't know exactly what SBF said or did, but it really pissed off CZ. Like, it really pissed him off. So I don't know what happened exactly, what transpired. This may be the reason Tiberius says Elon ignored SBF, just thinking out loud. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure even Elon had suspicions when one person just offers like $15 billion to help acquire Twitter. That's too much. No one else did that, right? And I don't know if he knows who SBF is, or maybe they talked. But if rumors are true, SBF did offer $15 billion to help buy Twitter, and Elon turned him down. Well, that shows you that Elon didn't trust him either. Carlo, what do you suggest? Place crypto in cold wallets, cold wallets, or hot wallets that you control, right? When I say be safe, better safe than sorry, right? Control your own funds. You don't want to leave it somewhere that could be halted and withdrawals stopped. You want somewhere that you control, right? And there's a lot of places to put it. Hot wallet, like a Ledger. Cold wallet, a cold wallet like Ledger. Hot wallet like Trust Wallet or Arculus, something like that. And there's other places to store too. Dan, remember, folks, not your keys, not your coins. Exactly, right? If Binance has problems, that would be the end of crypto. Yeah. I think people still don't realize how big Binance is. But CZ has lived through a lot of FUD. When Binance was growing up, it had the same kind of FUD. People were afraid they were getting too big. But CZ has pretty much proven himself, I would say, over the last 5 years. He was a newcomer. Now he's not. Jesse, 6 months member. Thank you and congratulations. Some stakes. Thank you too. I'm hoping so. David, appreciate your support. Matic is going nuts. Yes. Matic has been doing very well recently. And I've been talking about Matic for quite some time. I do think they have a lot of potential. And they got kickstarted recently by Meta's NFT announcement. But outside of that, Polygon has so much stuff going on. What else? What do you think about fusion and the possibility that it could replace energy lower? No. Dan, I caught on fusion very early before, but that project went through a lot of internal riff, leadership, questionable, specifically the person that created it. There was a lot of bad stuff with it. So now I don't know. It's still around. There's supposed to be like a bridge. The whole point of fusion is to kind of create this new style bridge with a lot of cool features. But I don't know if they could pull through. I think the leader already went to another project. I'm pretty sure he's part of another project now. So I don't know who has taken over. Jeff, appreciate it, man. Trust Wallet is safe. I think they're pretty safe. I've been using them. They're one of my go-to wallets. You have a recovery phrase, and with that, you can extract your private key if you wanted to. You could reload it into another wallet just to be sure. So, yeah. But there's a lot of options out there. There's a lot of non-custodial wallets, even Coinbase Wallet. Coinbase Wallet is different than Coinbase. They have a non-custodial wallet called Coinbase Wallet, which also gives you the ability to store your own recovery phrase. So that is also a pretty nice one too. And I'm pretty sure there's another one or two that I haven't thought of. Did I buy my Powerball ticket? No, I did not. It's supposed to be 1.9 billion, but it could be even more than that. You can stake on your cold wallets, right? Yeah, some allow you to. Like Exodus Wallet allows you to stake directly, I believe, from your treasure. They don't support Ledger yet. But like from within Trust Wallet, you could stake too. Many of the tokens out there. Not everything. If Binance does have problem, could the Fed bail them out? Are they like Lehman Brothers AG2? No, I doubt it, Dan. I would like to think so, but no. The Fed does not care about Binance or any crypto exchanges. They don't want to deal with that. They probably all think it's funny money or fake money or something anyways, right? I doubt they will try to bail out Binance. People are asking if FTX stopped sending out crypto. No, but there seems to be a massive amount of exodus right now from FTX. So they already said systems are slow right now. Bitcoin, Ethereum, stable coins all being withdrawn, and it's just taking them a long time. Look, I mean, if you look at these transactions, right? Just look at the last transactions. They're all out. No one is depositing right now. Everyone is withdrawing, right? Even though they could be smaller amounts, but they're all out. So that's what's happening right now. Orange Lambo, thank you. That is upgraded POA 2. I mean, upgrades are not bad. From what I know of it, it sounds like a good upgrade. So yeah, it's positive. Litecoin needs another Walmart fake news catalyst. I remember that. I remember how Walmart was going to enter and to go adopt Litecoin, and someone just made that story up. Yeah. Alex, appreciate that. Why can't I store my crypto on ordinary USB drives? You can. Okay? Keep in mind, cold wallets, hot wallets, they don't actually store anything. Your coins are stored in a blockchain. What they're doing is basically securing your private key, okay, through a password and through a recovery phrase. So if you know your private key to a wallet, and basically you store that on a USB drive, you're storing your crypto on a USB drive. All these fancy like ledgers and treasures, they're basically adding authentication and security on top of your private key. But if you had that, you don't need anything else, right? It's just much more convenient and safer. But you could store, or you can memorize your private key or your recovery phrase in your head, and you don't need anything. So just think about it that way. No crypto is actually stored anywhere. It's all stored in a blockchain. If Coinbase is insured, does that make it safe to hold there? Here's the thing. This is something that not a lot of people talk about. The insurance available on the centralized exchanges does not nearly cover how much assets they hold, because the companies that do offer insurance offers, I think, a max of like, the last time I checked, it was like 350 million. And that's the most in the industry. And Coinbase has that. And it's not 350 million per account. It's in its entirety. So if Coinbase has billions of assets and their insurance only covers 350 million, well, you do the math. They don't have enough to cover everything. And it's always been like that. Every exchange that says we have insurance only goes so far. So if there was a true bank run or a hack and everything gets drained, there's no recourse for that. But these exchanges have gotten very smart about it, okay? They don't put everything in their hot wallet. They have cold wallets that's offline, so you can't hack it. And there's many people that needs to come together to be able to enable it and get it going. They have multi-signatures, so not one person controls the private key. You have multiple people controlling it. So there's a lot of safeguards in place, okay? But as for actual insurance, there's no exchange on earth that has bought insurance that can actually truly cover how much they hold, at least not the big ones that hold billions and billions upon billions of assets. Smaller exchanges, possibly, but the large ones, they don't have enough. So that's why you still... Oh, I'm on the wrong camera. Oh, my stream deck is not working. I got so used to it. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong camera. But that's, you guys got it. NMCT, last night SBF was cordial with his response to CZ because he could afford it. Today he wasn't. Is that a bad sign if there was no issue? I don't know. I mean, when you're under this kind of heat, he's still kind of cordial. He didn't say Binance and CZ is trying to destroy us. He's just saying he has to say what he has to say, okay? But overall, he's still saying, I love it if CZ... if we could work together. I mean, basically, this is him reaching out saying, help us, okay? Help us get through it. This is how I'm interpreting it. So, I think SBF made a mistake that he thought he had he wielded enough power in this space to do whatever he wants. I think he got a little bit too egotistical, and maybe he thought he was on the same level as CZ. And I'm not saying we should praise CZ like he's some crypto Jesus or anything. I'm not saying that at all. But I think he thought maybe he was on the same level as CZ, and that now he's starting to realize he's not. And when things get bad, they can get bad very fast. This is the same thing with Do Kwon. When Do Kwon and Luna was pumping in the top 10, top 5, he was very, very arrogant with his tweets. Very arrogant. Because he thought he was on top of the world until he wasn't, right? And I think SBF was kind of feeling it. Charles Mills says Exodus gets hacked. There's a backdoor. Somehow people get access to your key. Yeah, I experienced that before. I thought that was due to the password recovery phrase that's emailed, because Exodus Wallet before would ask you, hey, do you want your, recovery link or whatever be sent to your email? So if you get your email hacked, they could get through that way. But it still doesn't make sense, because if you click that recovery link, it still asks you for your username and password, which I've never given out. And I had my Exodus wallet hacked before. Maybe they could brute force it or something. But I heard they got rid of that email link, so you don't have to worry about that. But still, is there something else where you could brute force your way in? I'm not quite sure. But I did experience that before years ago. So how much SOL does Alameda possess? Seems like unlimited resources selling free out the bank run. That is what I'm trying to figure out. So tonight I'll probably cover more of this. Tonight I'm going to cover like, hey, if I can figure out how much SOL they have, how much has been moved, have they really been selling? Because there's rumors that they are selling now. They're selling SOL to maintain FTT if they're above 22 or to replenish their funds or their wallet. I can't confirm that, but people are starting to talk about it. So I'm going to do more research on that and see if I can come up with something for you guys tonight. Lazaro, welcome. SBF and FTX wrecked Brady and Gazelle. I don't know if that's the reason why they broke up. I think Brady did that, and he probably regrets that dearly. I mean, I think it's family first, right? Even though his love for football was so strong, I guess they worked out something. I don't know the story. I'm only speculating. I'm thinking that they worked out where he's retired. They could finally be together while the kids are still young, and then he decided to come out of retirement. So that's why she's like, I had enough. I don't know, but I don't think it has anything to do with the FTX. I don't know, unless FTX paid him a ton to come out of retirement just so that he could advertise for FTX. Hopefully that's not the case. Armand, any news on VeChain? They're having a big upgrade next week. So that's going to be pretty big. The chain becomes more decentralized, and it's supposed to be faster and feeless. So there's some big stuff that's happening. Good stuff. Brady wanted to compare to Montana and Bradshaw. I don't think Brady needed to prove anything, okay? He's already considered a GOAT. I don't think anyone argues that he is the GOAT, but I think he just loved the game too much. All right, what is U.S. market is still doing good. Carvana is tanking like crazy because their model to sell cars in vending machines is not working. I think they sold off like 30% yesterday. And now they're down another 20%. I don't know what's going on with Carvana. They're getting destroyed. And I heard Facebook is getting ready to do a mass layoff too. So that's not good either. Facebook is in trouble too. Does this news about FTX change your thoughts on CRO? Nah, I don't know which angle you're trying to approach that at. Meaning if you're trying to say or ask if CROs could get stronger or they may go through the same difficulties. I don't think they will get stronger because of this. I think CRO, they got huge in 2021, spent a lot of money. I'm hoping that they don't also have liquidity issues. That's what I'm thinking. Dan, no, that'll never happen. If BTC goes to zero, the entire space will be dead. So don't think that BTC could go to zero and Ether could take over the market. It'll never happen. ETH can surpass Bitcoin eventually, but make no mistake. If that happened, it would be very, very bad for the entire space. It would be the death of crypto if Bitcoin ever went to zero. What about that window? We'll talk about that in my other channel. Number one coin to watch this week, I gotta say it has to be Polygon. So I'm just gonna speculate a little bit here, okay? With Solana being weak, if it continues to be weaker, I think a lot of that money will flow into another big cap or maybe two. I think the prime targets has to be Polygon or Cardano. Polygon just has so much going for it right now. So Polygon is a natural place for people to go. And I think you're starting to see that already. But Cardano, I would not give up on either. They do also have a lot of things going for it. And plus, they have a million, you know, Charles zealots. So they'll never give up. But definitely, I would think Polygon is the one to watch right now. All right, guys. I'll let you go. Overall, yeah, the whole situation with FTX, not looking good. There's definitely a bank run happening. Massive amount of cryptos being pulled away due to what's swirling right now. And I think it's just because people want to be safe. They want to see what happens. They rather be safe than sorry. But there is definitely something going on between Binance, specifically CZ, really not liking SBF, and that is why he's doing what he's doing. But yeah, we'll have to see what's really going to happen with the reserves from FTX, which is being drained. Also, what's happening with Solana? Is that being sold off, right? Stay tuned for more. 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, all right? Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.